My colleagues, I rise to speak. Ms. Bolden, voting is responsibility and a right, and it has to be exercised. I've spoken a whole lot lately about voter suppression. How can you allow your vote to be suppressed when at one time you were property? At one time you were told what to do. You had no rights. It was a war fought. It ended in 1865. 750,000 people died in that war to keep you down. It took 100 years later, 1965, the Voting Rights Act, to get the voting rights. So you have to vote. Today we have good news. The Supreme Court ruled, the Ohio Supreme Court ruled that the last 3 days of voting will be in effect. Okay? So you got good news. But I also want to say something about our financial situation in the city. Okay. And Ms. Townsend, I'm going to clean it up from what was in my mind to say. So what you said didn't make a difference, but I'm going to pose the situation as why. Why after 6 years, whether you like Eric Brewer or not, we came out of fiscal, F-I-S-C-A-L, emergency, and now we're back. This legislative body does not run the day-to-day operation of the city.
That's correct.
We do not do any hiring. We hire 2 people, the clerk and the deputy clerk. That's all we do. And then we legislate and then we appropriate. We give the $15 to $17 million to the administration with the mayor to run the day-to-day operation of the city. You have heard me the last 18 months talk about if you spend more than you bring it in, you can have problems. You've heard me talk about fiscal emergency and that we got to cut the spending off. That hasn't happened. So the question always boils down to why. Why have we continued to hire, or the administration has continued to hire over the last 18 months? Why do we owe HUD $577,000? This is why. I'm trying to be nice about it. Why do we owe the American Traffic Solutions, that's the red light camera that we were told we would raise, but how many million? 1.7 million. We owe them about $500,000. I go on and on and on. The deficit right now is projected by the state to be 5.8 million. But we feel that it would be 8 million. There's some management issues there. And you have to decide that. Now, voting yes on 48 is your prerogative. I know how I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote yes. I have that right. But I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. We have to stop the bleeding. It's inexcusable for us to be back in fiscal emergency. Because my feeling was, when you come in here, you be frugal, you watch the books, you cut it off, but if you continue to hire, and you continue to hire, and you continue to spend more than you have, that's why we're here. Now, Mr. O'Malley was correct. The charter stipulates that the mayor's salary is $40,000. That's what it is. We can't change that. That's what he's entitled to by law. But this issue will, if you pass it, at a time when we're in fiscal emergency, will increase his salary legally to $85,000. That's what will happen. Now, this council, hear this, and this is the truth. We have not had a raise, listen to this, in 25 years. Do I need to say that again? Not that we're asking for it. And we've decided to bite the bullet because why would we ask for a raise when we're in fiscal emergency and the state's going to come here and monitor our spending and make the cuts? We don't want to lose police. We don't want to lose fire. We don't want to lose anyone. Absolutely. But somebody's got to go. Because of management. When you look at the mayor or you look at the president, they're managers for the most part. They manage people. He's day to day. So your vote, November 6th, on issue 48 is going to be crucial. We're not asking for anything. It was our hope, and I can close on this. And you need to know this because if you think there's a lot of contention in this, everyone on this council supported Gary Norton to be mayor. Mansell Baker busted his butt working to help him get in. Everybody supported him. Okay, that happened. Now why, after being in fiscal emergency for 18 years, coming out 6 years later, under this administration, we're back in fiscal emergency? The question is why? We don't dislike him, but this is a business. This is a multi-million-dollar corporation. We're serving people. Something's got to give. And I want to announce this on the voting thing. This Saturday, we're having a Get Out to Vote breakfast from 9 to 12 at Calvary Lutheran Church at 13101 Euclid Avenue, right on Lockwood. Ed Fitzgerald, the big shot in county, is going to be there, Dr. Tony Minor. And there's something that caught my attention too. Do you recognize that Mr. Frambro is not here taping the meetings? No. You know why? Because they don't want to go on the airwaves before November 6th, what we have to say. It would not, this would not be shown on 9. I doubt if it will be shown on 9, not till after November 6th. Okay? He's been at all the rest of them, has he not? He missed one. Okay. So the word would not get out. So I am, and let me be cautious, I can't tell you what to do, but I'm voting yes on 48. And God bless and help us all because we need it. Thank you.